All right, Betsy, tell us, you're an artist and you live here near to Lake Superior and near to Muskallonge Lake. Tell us about Lake Superior and how it impacts you and what you do.
Well, I didn't know this when I moved up here, but Lake Superior has pretty much become a really good friend, and I frequently talk about the beach as my studio. I'm blessed to live here 12 months of the year, and I get to see Lake Superior when it's frozen, or when it should be frozen and isn't. I get to watch the ice pack form. I photograph it. I do series of photographs of the lake as it changes from the same. I try and get to the same locations over and over again to just watch the change. I build things on the beach out of fabulous Lake Superior stone, and then I photograph them over time as they change, which is another fascinating experience to watch. I feel like Mother Nature and Lake Superior are my partners in making the art that I make, because it's about change over time and using natural materials to do it.
One example being the shirt you're wearing.
Yeah, Lake Superior rocks. For me, it's like a great double entendre. There's so many people that love the rocks here, and having come from a graphic design background, I could not find beautiful rocks and make the word rocks and then photograph it on the beach as I made it. Funny stories about that, because I made it too big, it wouldn't fit in my camera frame. Had to go back a few days later with a ladder to get far enough away from it to get a good shot of it. And and a friend who kept the rocks sprayed with a spray bottle and then erasing footprints and all that sort of thing. But for me, it brings out huge amounts of creativity in people. I've built things on the beach and gone back to them a few days later, and someone else, usually I think kids, maybe not, have built something similar near it. So it's like, and then I'll go back a few days later and somebody else has done something else. And so it's fun to have conversations with people and feel like I've inspired other people to play at the beach in a new way, or have a conversation with a stranger using materials from the Lake Superior shoreline to do it. To me, that's really, really fun.
And you sell your t-shirts and your cups.
I have agate mugs. I have Lake Superior Rocks mugs. I have a mug that says Lake Superior, so many stones, so little time. And they're all available online at... do you want me to give the web address?
Absolutely. Yes, please.
At www.cafepress.com/Superior Shores. And there's a whole variety of goodies there.
Okay.
T-shirts and postcards and greeting cards and all, but they're all from Lake Superior. They all have to do with Lake Superior.
Tell us, if you can, the special experience, anything that you might say is kind of the experience that gives an example of how special Lake Superior has been to you.
Wow. Lake Superior is a place that I go to where I find myself. It's a place where I always feel safe. I feel very in touch with nature. I feel very in touch with everyone on the planet. I feel, and I feel that because of the nature of water. To the Native Americans, Lake Superior is known as the healing water. And I think a lot of people, not just me, go there just for kind of a grounding in being on the planet Earth. And I know that I feel a very, very strong, I feel like there's very, very strong spirits at Lake Superior, and I know that my Native American friends have a lot of reverence for the lake that way. And but any one experience, that would be hard to say, because I try and go to the beach at least 5 days a week.
Well, that's great. Any particular season you like better than the other?
Well, I like summer and spring and fall because it's easier to get there, but I go to the beach all year. But I think spring is especially nice because the weather's usually a little milder, but there's still a lot of ice. And in the spring, I've watched the ice break up. I've heard amazing music tinkling as the ice breaks up, and the air is clearer in the spring, and the sun is bright, and things are not growing yet, but there's a crispness about it, and there's watching the ice break up into little ice cubes, and then crushed ice and pile up on the shore, and hearing that's a really, really special kind of time.
Yeah.
And there's no bugs.
Which is very nice. What's your concern about the future of the lake?
My biggest concern about the future of the lake is that people take it for granted. It's always been here. I have a practice of picking up trash on the beach, and I pick up a lot of trash. And I'm always rewarded with a really nice agate, it seems, when I do that. But my big concern is that people in general, people in the Midwest, people in this whole country, either they don't know about Lake Superior and the value it has to the water supply on the planet. They aren't aware of it. Not that people aren't aware of the fact that it's 10% of the world's fresh water, and heaven forbid we would have an oil spill here. My biggest concern is that people don't realize the consequences of their actions, whether they're nearby or far away, that all that stuff that they put on their lawns eventually has to go somewhere, and all that stuff they flush down their drains eventually has to go somewhere. And one of the things that I realized is that every time a stream is damaged and it flows into Lake Superior, the hunters who hunt lose out, the fishermen lose out. It's not just people like me who are artists and who love it for the beauty, but the people who want to play whatever their recreational activity is, that they don't realize that the damage that they're doing. And I don't know what the biggest, I looked at your survey, and I don't know what the biggest contributor is to problems with the lake, but I think that there's a whole probably combination of things that could be done to be a little bit more protective of the lake. I would really not like to see Lake Superior used as a guinea pig for mining. For things that haven't been proved that haven't been proven safe anyplace else. Let's not take 10% of the world's fresh water and experiment with it, please.